Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. So today we are going to address one of the important questions in mathematics. Is 1 to the power infinity equals to 1? I've seen the internet has divided people in two communities, one which believe it is actually equals to 1 and the other doesn't believe so. So let's debunk all the myths around the same and have absolute clarity on that why 1 to the power infinity is actually equals to 1. So I'm going to show you two ways of proving this. So without a further delay, let's get started. So in proof number 1, I'm going to assume that y be 1 to the power infinity, which is 1 times 1 times 1 and so on. Now take natural log on both sides. Taking natural log on both sides and then using the property of the log, you get ln 1 plus ln 1 plus ln 1 and so on, which is 0 plus 0 plus 0 and so on, which is nothing but equals to 0. It's not hard to believe that y sum of zeros with itself is actually equals to 0. Because this summation n equals to 0 to infinity 0 is a convergent infinite series. That means this infinite sum makes sense and it has got a value. It's not undefined. The sum is equals to 0. So ln y is 0, which immediately gives me y is e to the power 0, which is equals to 1. So now you can see y is 1 to the power infinity and it actually turns out to be equals to 1. So that's the first proof, simple, crisp and clear. Now let's have a look at proof number 2. So I'm going to make use of limits in this case. So 1 to the power infinity can be written as limit n goes to infinity 1 to the power n. Now, when we are going to evaluate this limit, so first we have to process the function 1 to the power n and then we have to think about where is n going. That's a standard practice of solving the limits, that we apply the limit towards the end. First we try to just simplify the function. Now what is 1 to the power n? N is a natural number. Now 1 to the power n is 1 times 1 times 1 n number of times, which no doubt is actually equals to 1. Now this is 1. The limit is 1 because it's a constant function. Constant function limit are always equal to the constant itself. So another proof of 1 to the power infinity is actually equals to 1. So I hope that convinces you that why 1 to the power infinity is equals to 1. Alright, now let's try to understand why people are so confused about this. Actually, you will see through these examples the reason behind people's confusion is not invalid completely. Anybody would be confused with such intricate mathematics involved in this. So if you take a number 0.9999, which is approximately 1, raised to the power infinity is not equals to 1. And similarly, if you take a number 1.00001 and then raise it to the power infinity, this is also not equals to 1. So that means if you only have a number which is exactly equals to 1, that raised to the power infinity is equals to 1. But if you go slightly smaller than 1 or bigger than 1, everything gets changed. You do not get exactly equals to 1 as the answer. Now, why is that so? To understand that more mathematically, we need some more formal notation. So limit n goes to infinity, fn to the power gn. Say you have a function like this, where fn is actually a function which is approaching 1 as n goes to infinity, and gn is another function which is approaching infinity as n goes to infinity. So this number, the value of this limit is not always equals to 1. I'm saying not always. That means sometimes it can be 1. Why is that so? Because fn is not a perfectly 1 number. It's not perfectly equals to 1. It can be approximately equals to 1. So that slight deviation from 1 leads to big changes. So let's understand that through an example. Consider the function 1 plus 1 over n to the power n. Limit n goes to infinity. If you pay attention to 1 plus 1 over n, this is always going to be something bigger than 1 because you're adding something positive to 1. So the limit is also bigger than 1 because something greater than 1 raised to power anything is also greater than 1. Obviously, anything positive. We're not talking about negative. Now, actually, the value of this limit is found in calculus using various techniques. It's equals to E, Euler's constant E. So you can see when n is 1, the value of this is 2. When n is 2, you plug in that, you simplify, this is actually 2.25. When n equals to 3, 1 plus 1 over 3 raised to power 3 is actually 4 over 3 cube, which is 64 over 27, which is approximately 2.3703. And so on. This is a sequence of values 2, 2.25, 2.37, ultimately approaches 2.7128, which is E, an irrational number. So the value of this limit is actually equals to E, which is definitely bigger than 1. So you see our original function was of the form 1 to the power infinity as n goes to infinity, but the final answer is not equals to 1. Similarly, we have an example where limit n goes to infinity 1 minus 1 over n to the power n is actually 1 over e. So 1 minus 1 over n is something which is always smaller than 1. So raised to power of something smaller than 1, any positive power of that is definitely less than 1. So this limit is less than 1. So we have another example to tell us where 1 to the power infinity again is not equals to 1. So what's the conclusion now? The conclusion is 1 to the power infinity is 1. But limit n goes to infinity, fn to the power gn, where fn is approximately equals to 1, or you can say this is approaching 1, and gn is approaching infinity. As n goes to infinity, that limit is not always 1. That means we can say approaching 1 to the power infinity is not equals to 1. So approaching 1 to the power infinity is actually an indeterminate form. Because we saw through two examples, its value was not fixed. Sometimes it was e, sometimes it was 1 over e, and you will find plenty more examples where the values are different. In some cases, it can actually be equals to 1. In some cases, it could be 0. So depending on the function, the value is going to change. That means you cannot decide a fixed value for that. That's the reason we call it indeterminate. So I hope this video lesson clarifies all the myths around 1 to the power infinity and you go back to your math community more confident about the same. Thank you for watching.